Thank you for joining us today for King Talk, Kingdom Inspiration for a Now Generation with C.I.N.G Johnson. This broadcast is brought to you by Kingdom Servant Ministries. Today's program will inspire you to take on a greater zeal and attain greater triumphs and victories for kingdom living. Listen, envision, and advance. Now here's your host, C.I.N.G Johnson.
Grace and peace, and thank you for tuning into KLAY 1180 AM for King Talk, Kingdom Inspiration for a Now Generation. I'm your host, C.I.N.G Johnson, and I'm so delighted to have you tuning in today. I have a very special guest with me here in the studio, esteemed author J.L. Russell, and he's going to talk about an awesome children's book, a fun, lighthearted bedtime story that kids will definitely enjoy. All right, I have here in the studio a very special guest, so I need you to call or text someone and tell them to tune in via radio or online at KLAY1180.com from anywhere around the world. It is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome to King Talk Radio for the very first time, and hopefully it will not be the last, author J.L. Russell. How are you, sir?
I'm doing quite well, sir.
Happy belated birthday to you. You had a birthday yesterday, huh?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
How did you celebrate that time?
Oh, well, the wife and I, we went out to eat. We watched a movie, and we just had a good time.
Just a good time,
yes,
huh?
Sir.
We got to eat, huh?
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Now, listen, tell us just a little bit about yourself. For those of you who don't know, J.L. Russell is a local author here in Tacoma, Washington, and he's the author of a fun, lighthearted bedtime story that kids will definitely enjoy entitled Sugar Bear Goes to Bed. Jason, tell us just a little bit about yourself and where you come from and a little bit about the author, J.L. Russell.
Okay. Well, my name is, again, Jason Russell. I'm originally from Fort Meade, Florida. That's about an hour away from Tampa and an hour away from Orlando, right there in the middle, in Central Florida. I'm an educator. I've taught secondary, high school English, and also elementary education at Christian Brotherhood Academy in Tacoma. I attend St. John Transformation Ministries here in Tacoma.
Yes.
And I love the Lord.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
and
sir.
So how did you endeavor to move in the educational field?
Well, actually, it was divine providence. Actually, I was substituting. At the time, had just graduated from college. And it just so happened that the ladies in certification were at the school where I was substituting. And, I told them that, they said they were looking for teachers. And I said, well, hey, I just graduated. And they said, oh, well, we need teachers, they have to be, they have to have good grades or whatnot. I said, well, I graduated cum laude. So,
Okay.
So they actually made a position for me at my old high school in Fort Meade, Florida.
Okay, awesome.
Yes, sir.
Sugar Bear Goes to Bed, and that's actually sugar. So if I say sugar, it's just the Washingtonian in me. So forgive me if I add that R in there, but it's Sugar Bear Goes to Bed, and Sugar Bear is actually becoming a brand, a production
Yes, sir.
of its kind. Tell us about how the concept of Sugar Bear Goes to Bed came about.
Well, Sugar Bear Goes to Bed came about. I have a little girl, and I always went to stores trying to find her literature with books that look like her.
Okay.
And there's been a struggle finding African American children's books out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, why not? So I decided to go ahead on and write this book that pretty much chronicles our fun times together, and also to promote Christ in the process, and also the importance of fatherhood.
Absolutely. So the storylines in Sugar Bear Goes to Bed are non-fictional.
That's correct.
Okay. So share when. I know you're going to come out with more series of books down the line, but share with us maybe like one of your most favorite storylines in Sugar Bear Goes to Bed.
Well, actually, one of the most. Well, could I share two?
Okay, two.
Okay. Okay. Well, one was Dad is cooking food, and Sugar Bear asks Dad, well, Dad, what's for dinner? And I tell her that Oliver is for dinner. Mm-hmm. And Oliver is the pet cat. So,
no.
Yeah. So we always joke around about that. Mm-hmm. But of course, Dad wasn't cooking Oliver. He was cooking spaghetti. So
okay,
just something, a little humor that I kind of put in there. And the other one is the bathtub scene. You know, when Dad is giving Sugar Bear a bath and he playing with the toy puppet and everything like that, Miss Hippo, and it's pretty funny.
It sounds funny.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was told that our cat or a dog was going to be dinner, I know I would be hysterical, especially at 4 years old, right?
Yeah.
My goodness. So what cultural relevance? I heard you mention something that was important to you was finding literature that looked like your daughter. What cultural relevance does Sugar Bear have to the African American community?
I think it's an enormous. I think this is probably one of the best things that I've ever come across, and I'm not just saying that because I'm the author of the book. I mean,
and if you were, that'd be okay because you should be confident, right, in your product.
This is true.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
But she has hair that looks like our hair.
Okay.
She has full lips that look like our lips. She's in most of our in most of the books or most of the media that we see now, we don't necessarily see African American girls. There's usually the prototype, light skin, curly hair or whatever. This one, girls from Mississippi or Compton or wherever can really relate to this book.
Right. Wow, that's phenomenal. Why did you choose? Most storylines and most children's books, really focus more so, and especially when it comes to the relationship with a daughter, focuses in more on a mother and daughter relationship. Why was it important to you to focus in on a father and daughter relationship?
Well, because I'm a father, and I know too well of some of the things, some of the bad raps that fathers can get. Fathers are deadbeats. Fathers are absent. Fathers,
and we're really, I mean, if we want to bring it to be culturally relevant, we're talking about African American fathers.
Right.
The stigma of the average African American father is either in jail, he left the mother with all the kids and ran off with somebody else. These are the stereotypes.
Right.
I mean, and most of them are true stories. We're not saying that those things don't happen, but because of that, there's been this stigma that's been put on the African American fathers.
Right. So now we have Sugar Bear's dad, Pop, as he's called. He's cooking for her, as I've already mentioned. He's reading her the Word of God, teaching her about God, which we're the priests of the household. That's our responsibility as men, and also just having fun playing with her. Which is something that is underrated. Today, Dad is mostly always working.
Wow.
So now you have the father who's taking kind of a maternal role in
Absolutely.
a sense. Yes, sir.
Okay. Wow, that's phenomenal. I'm marveled right now.
Wow.
At the fact that, I mean, this is just an awesome product. I'm looking at the book. There's a coloring book. You have bookmarks. I mean, it's just an awesome, well put together brand. Now, as I look at how excellently everything is put together, the storyline, the cultural relevance, where does Christ come in all this?
Well, that was one of the most important things that I wanted to infuse in the book. I want Sugar Bear Goes to Bed to be the African American Dora the Explorer meets VeggieTales.
Okay.
So I want Sugar Bear, the Sugar Bear series, to really minister to people. There's a portion in the book where it's bedtime and Dad has read Sugar Bear her bedtime story, and now he's reading her John 3:16. Very endearing, very endearing picture.
Yes.
They're laying in the bed, and he asked Sugar Bear, well, do you believe it? And she said, of course I do. Because she's been taught, and Jesus is in the forefront of everything I do.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
How has your wife been in this whole process, and you producing this book, writing this book, and getting the message out there? How has she been to you in this process?
Oh, she's played an instrumental part. She's been my backbone. She's been my encourager. She's been, along with God, the lifter of my head.
Yes.
She's been very supportive, more so than I could even mention on this show.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. So what is the ultimate goal and mission of Sugar Bear Goes to Bed when African Americans go and buy this book, or anybody of any culture goes to buy this book, when they go to the bookstores or when they go online to purchase this book? What is your ultimate goal? What are you hoping for this book to accomplish?
Several things, actually. First thing, I want people to be able to see something. I want African Americans to be able to get it, see it, be pleased with it. For African American girls to be able to get it and be happy of who they are, to be proud of who they are, be proud of their culture and heritage, be proud that their hair looks the way it looks, be proud that their nose is like it is, their lips are full, you know. And the other thing is to be supportive of fatherhood, whether a child has a father in their life or if they don't. I feel that fatherhood can be reinforced if you do have a father.
Yes.
And if you do not have a father, you can have one vicariously through Pop.
Yes.
So I really want to show little girls the love, because our little girls it's a sad commentary of what's happening with a lot of our little girls, and I want to encourage them and give them the love that perhaps their father hasn't given them through Sugar Bear Goes to Bed. And also just to tell the world about Jesus.
Yes, yes.
Man, just to tell everybody how good God is.
What an awesome opportunity to be able to do that through such an awesome, powerful instrument, which is literature. And even through like the whole branding process of all that Sugar Bear will produce, to know that Christ is being conveyed in the midst of it all.
My God.
That's phenomenal.
Thank you.
That is absolutely phenomenal. So tell us, what does the future hold? Are you working on a series? Are you working on more books? Will we grow up with Sugar Bear? I don't know why I keep saying Sugar Belle. That might be your next book, Sugar Bear. But are we going to grow up with Sugar Bear and we're going to meet her when she goes to school for the first time? I mean, how is this going to go?
Actually, you are living in the prophetic, because the next one will be about her going to school.
Phenomenal.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And there's going to be definitely a series. For right now, I have in my mind a 6-book series, perhaps more. You know, if the Lord blesses, possibilities. If the Pacific Northwest and America helps out, maybe this can turn into a cartoon.
Absolutely. I think that would be phenomenal too, you know, to see ourselves on TV and to see ourselves in books and online. I don't see anything wrong with that. How can we get a hold of this book? How can we prepare to purchase this book for our nieces, our nephews, for Christmas, birthdays, any special occasion, or just for some nighttime literature? How can we purchase this book?
Yes, sir. You can go to my website, www.sugabeartales.com. That's www.sugarbeartales.com.
Sugarbeartales.com. All right. Say that website one more time.
www.sugabeartales.com.
Thank you so much, J.L. Russell. Ladies and gentlemen, the author of Sugar Bear Productions, Sugar Bear Goes to Bed. If you do not have this book, and if you have been inspired and moved by what you have heard regarding this book, also feel free to email him at sugabeartales@yahoo.com. That's sugarbeartales@yahoo.com. An author, consultant, public speaker, freelance writer, and educator, J.L. Russell, Sugar Bear Productions. Thank you again, Jason, for coming in and talking to me, and I hope that you really enjoyed your time here. Awesome. And I just speak to you that the best is yet to come. I think it is just so phenomenal what you're doing and the things that you're going to do. So continue. Hallelujah. Blessings to you and Sugar Bear. Hopefully I'll get to meet her in person one of these days.
Most definitely.
And to your family. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much once again for joining me today and my very special guest, J.L. Russell, author of Sugar Bear Goes to Bed. And once again, if you would like to purchase this book and to find out more information about this awesome, fun, lighthearted bedtime story that kids will definitely enjoy, you can visit www.sugarbeartales.com. And that's sugarbeartales.com without an R on the sugar. But I just keep adding the R because I'm from Washington. If this broadcast has inspired you, please email me at kservantministries@yahoo.com or hit me up on Facebook at facebook.com/C. Ivan Johnson and let me know that you've been listening.
You have been listening to King Talk, Kingdom Inspiration for a Now Generation, a program brought to you by Kingdom Servant Ministries. We invite you to email us with your testimonies, comments, or questions about sponsorship at kservantministries@yahoo.com. Join us next week at the same time for King Talk with C. Ivan Johnson, right here on KLAY 1180 AM.